Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to get like a super dewy, hydrated looking skin, especially good for the winter. It's getting really cold where I live and it's kind of been really cold for a couple weeks now, and I can feel my skin starting to get really dry. So I wanted to do like a little video showing you what foundation routine I personally would do when it's really cold and my skin is feeling super dry and I just want to look a little bit more like dewy and luminous. So let's just get kind of right into this. If you're into this eye look, I do have an IGTV video for this look, so head over to my Instagram, check that out when you're done watching this video. But yeah, let's just kind of get started in here. So I already have moisturized my skin, and I use just kind of like my regular moisturizer. And actually, I already did also put this product on. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It says for a superstar youth glow. I love this stuff when it's super dry and I feel like my skin is dry and it's cold and my skin looks really dull. I had already put some on so I didn't look crazy in my IGTV video. But I'll kind of reapply just a little bit to show you how. So as you can see in my skin, it looks super glowy right now. This stuff has a little bit of color, a little bit of coverage, but it's really light coverage, if any. And it just gives you like this amazing, kind of like it said, flawless filter to your skin. It's great if you have a drier skin type and you just want to have that like super glowing look to your skin. This stuff is amazing. So I just apply that all over and then I just blend it in with a foundation brush. And as you can see, I mean, I already had some on, so you were already kind of able to tell, but it'll even out your skin tone a little bit. And then it just gives you this like beautiful, like almost like plastic skin. I love it so much. On days where I want to put something on, but I'm not really doing like a full makeup, I'll sometimes just wear this, and I like it the way it is because, like I said, it adds a little color. I use the shade number 4, which is a little darker than my natural skin tone, but as you can see, it doesn't look crazy. It just gives you a little bit of color, which will cover up kind of like some redness and stuff, but then just give you that really beautiful, glowing, amazing skin. This stuff is like absolute magic. It is so expensive, but I definitely think it's worth the price. It's probably one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury that I've ever tried. Honestly, probably like my #1 favorite because it's just so stunning. So then for foundation, when I'm wanting something more dewy looking, natural, hydrated, that kind of vibe, I always go with my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This foundation, honestly, now that I'm kind of like thinking about it, it's actually really similar-ish to the effect this gives. So this sort of like wet dewy look, this foundation gives you that kind of look as well. It is more of a light to medium. Actually, no, I'd say closer to a good medium coverage. So you're gonna get a really nice coverage, but nothing too crazy. But I'll apply some of this on top, and you can just see, obviously, the coverage. It's gonna cover everything I want it to, but it's gonna keep that really beautiful, like dewy, hydrated vibe to your skin. And you guys know, I do get oily. Like right now I'm kind of actually pretty dry, but most of the time I'm pretty oily, and I still love this foundation when I'm oily. It still holds up really well when I'm oily. It's one of my absolute favorites. I actually got into this from Raw Beauty Christy. She used it in one of her videos and talked about how it was like literally amazing. So I tried it and I was like, holy crap. She was not kidding. But yeah, you can see it does definitely give you a really good medium coverage. So if there was any discoloration on my skin before I started, it's definitely all gone now. This is a Morphe brush from the Gunmetal collection that they don't sell anymore, but any kind of like buffer brush will do. So I applied that, and I'm just gonna pull that down my neck too. If I'm wearing something where my chest is showing whenever I do this kind of routine, I will tend to really pull it down to get some of the texture to match, especially if my collarbones are showing, because it'll look kind of weird if your face is like super dewy and then like your chest looks really dry. You know what I'm saying? So I might even put a little bit of like highlighter down there when I'm all done, just so everything matches really well and there isn't such a like huge texture difference between my face skin and my neck and my chest. So now I'm gonna go in with some concealer. when I do a more dewy look, I tend to use this concealer a little more than like my e.l.f. one that I really love, or any of the other ones, because those tend to be a little more matte and full coverage. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's just a little less coverage and a little less matte. So I feel like it just sort of blends with the texture that I'm going for. With all these products, it blends a little better. But I will still kind of highlight down the center of my face as I would usually do. And then I'm just gonna use this Peaches brush. This is a PC06. I love this brush, it's so good. And just really gently kind of buff that in. Now that that is all blended in, I do go in with some powder. You guys know I'm big on like powdering my skin, but I'm gonna use a different powder than I usually do under my eyes, and I'm gonna go really soft with this. So this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I love this powder. It gives a very natural look to your skin, so it won't look overly matte. And I'm gonna use a little brush, Morphe M448. It's like a pointed brush. And I'm literally just going to set right there under my eye where my concealer is, just because of my skin type and my whatever. I really still have to set with some powder, but honestly just in this area. So I'm just gonna go kind of here and just right kind of on the side of my nose where I have more larger pores and I tend to get more oily, but that is it. I'm not gonna set anywhere else today. And I'm not using a lot of this, just a little bit. So for bronzing and kind of contouring today, I'm gonna go in with a cream product so that again, I don't kind of overly matte out everything I have going on right now. So I'm gonna use this. This is new to me. This is the Morphe Dimension Effect Contour Stick. I picked the lightest shade, which is number 11. The undertones of these from, you know, seeing the pictures and everything, they're literally amazing. Like they picked some really good undertones for these so that they're not like overly warm or anything, and they go so dark. There's one that literally looks like it's honestly just like black or like almost black. It's a very, very deep brown. And then the lighter colors go so light to where really light skin tones could also use them. So I think they did pretty good as far as I can tell with like the shade choices. So I'm going to apply this. This color is so nice. Oh my God, it is so nice. And then I'm just going to use a little kind of synthetic angled brush to buff this in. This gives such a beautiful soft contour. Wow. I could have probably gone maybe like a shade or two darker, but I really love how soft that is. And do you see how easily like and quickly that blended in? Wow. I think this will definitely be something I might invest in a couple more shades, because the formula is really nice, really easily blendable, and looks so natural on the skin. This is probably the softest I have bronzed or contoured in a long time. And I'm gonna take this everywhere that I would usually bronze and contour. So you can see as I'm adding this product, we're not losing that really dewy, luminous, hydrated skin because this is more creamy. I'm now gonna put on some blush, and I'm gonna use my ALAMAR Colorette Trio. I know I've used this in the last couple of videos, but I just love it so much. And today, just kind of with the eye look and everything, I'm gonna go with the shade Toasted, which is more of like the mauve pink, but I'm gonna be so careful because, like I said in the last video, where I used this same color, it's so pigmented. So I'm kind of dabbing a couple times into there and then going on my palette actually and sort of like dusting off my brush so that when I start to apply this, I'm not gonna go too crazy or heavy with the color. That way there's kind of like minimal product. And then I'm really using light pressure to blend this in. When you do this kind of technique where you're not really setting your face makeup, things can tend to stick a little weird. At least in my experience, I can have a little more trouble blending in like blush and stuff when my foundation is still a little wet. So that's why I go in with like light pressure and a little tiny bit of product at a time so that I can make sure it's getting super blended in before I go back in with more. Because if you're not too careful, it can get kind of patchy because it might like all stick in one spot and then not want to blend out. And then for a little extra pop of highlight, I'm gonna take the Morphe Dimension Effect highlight stick, and this is number 2. And I'm gonna put on my finger and just tap that on top of my cheek. So you can stop there and that would be fine, but that highlight's a little soft for me and what I like. So to add to my glowiness, I'm gonna go into the ABH Sugar Glow Kit, which looks like this. And I think today I'm going to take Starburst and then lightly just layer this on top to add a little extra pop to that highlight. Really quickly, I'm gonna throw on my lip. This is the Jeffree Star Doll Parts liquid lipstick. With this lip, I feel like I belong in the 80s. Everything in me is wanting to change this, but I want to like step out of my box and do something unlike I would normally do, which would be just putting on a nude lip with this look. But yeah, that is kind of the final look, how I get a very dewy, glossy, hydrated skin when my skin is getting drier because it's getting colder outside, it's winter time, and my skin just needs kind of like a pick-me-up to look a little bit more healthy, I guess, and glossy and hydrated and all that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, find it helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment down below with any of your thoughts, questions, anything like that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, if you want to see how I got this awesome, amazing eye look, go check out my Instagram. I used the new ColourPop Lovebird palette that is an Ulta exclusive. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.